Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be I know it's taken a while, going to be doing our 2023 favorites video. So I'm going to go through basically every category of my makeup routine with some add-ons and going through what my favorites were. So there's at least one in each category, if not two or three or four or five. Just depending on the category. Sometimes I have multiple things that I could tend to use, and then there's things like skin where I've only kind of picked one thing that I've been loving recently over the last while, over the last year, over the last couple of months. Some of the products are newer to my collection over Black Friday and stuff like that, but I couldn't see them not in my collection now, so that's why they're in this favorites video. So yeah, that's where I've kind of gone with this, and we'll be doing all of our range from like skin to cheeks to eyes and eye accessories and lips, and then some palettes at the end. Not lots of palettes because I've already done my ranking, which you'll already see, but there is some from that video that is in this video, so you get to see a little bit more. Just before we get into this video, this look is not filmed. I am only in from work, and I've actually got a Christmas jumper on. There's penguins kissing and they're so cute, but it's very cold and my Christmas jumpers are very warm, so that's why I've got my Christmas jumper on. But yeah, that is it. So yeah, this face is my work face. I just topped up my makeup a little bit before filming, and yeah, that's it. If you want to see any more content, my Instagram is linked down below. I post all the up close eye pictures and full face pictures of all the looks that I film on my channel, as well as my TikTok as well for a little bit of extra content. Alrighty, without further ado, this is going to be our 2023 favorites video. Okay, so let's begin with some complexion products. Let's start at the beginning, as we always do. I always usually have my face on when I am starting to film, so let's go through everything. We're going to start with primers. Oh yeah. So first up is a primer that I've been using a lot. I wear it a lot going to work because it helps a lot with my makeup staying on, but it's actually a dupe of another product that I have, but it's not one of my favorites. This is one of my favorites. This is the e.l.f. Power Grip Primer. Now this is a dupe for the Milk Power Grip Primer. I do have a very mini version of that, which I'm glad I bought the mini, because it's not that I don't like it. It's that I feel like it takes longer to settle into my skin, and this I feel like I can just kind of go straight in with my makeup. I have found with the Milk one, my complexion products, my foundation tends to gather, especially around here on my face, if I don't give it enough time, which I mean, that's not a big deal. A lot of people give their skin products a lot of time to settle into the skin. But recently, because I've started a new job-ish, same place but just up another level, and I have to get up early a lot of the times. I'm with my boyfriend and it's a little bit of a different location. I do my makeup on the bus a lot, on my whole face, so I like to just throw this on under my makeup, and because it's grippy and sticky in the best way, it just holds your makeup in place, but it's still really hydrating. It still has a nice glow to it as well. I am planning on doing more get ready with me's, and I probably will use some of my favorites, or maybe, oh, do you know what might be a fun video, an add-on video, an extra video, a get ready with me just with my favorite products. Probably not everything, but with my favorite products. Oh, I think that might be a fun video. I think I'll do that. I'm going to add that to my list. But yeah, I think using all of these products might be nice together, but this is just e.l.f., you done good. You done good with the dupe. Next up is foundation, and this one I've been wearing a lot in the last few months, but I've actually used this for years and years and years, but I've just recently fallen back in love with it again. This is the NARS Sheer Glow foundation. I am in the shade Siberia. Now I used to use the shade Mont Blanc, which was a better tone because it's more neutral, but too dark. And I am slightly more yellow toned, but I tend to lean a little bit more neutral in general senses. This doesn't lean too dark, but a lot of the Siberia shades in NARS do, not too dark, too yellow, do lean very yellow on me, but this one is actually perfect. So I've recently gone to this shade, and yeah, I love this foundation. It's like a medium to a full coverage, but your skin just looks amazing with it on. It's like very smooth. What I say, like, I look for in a lot of foundations is like buttery smooth, like really almost creamy smooth on the skin, and that's the kind of texture I like on my skin. It's not sheer and not glowy, even though the name says that. It's a sheer glow. So it's like a soft glow on the skin. So not sheer, it's medium to full coverage. But yeah, it's one of my favorite foundations. It like for years has been like my going out foundation. It's always the one I went for. But yeah, I love this foundation so much. And up for concealer, another NARS product. We have got the Soft Matte Complete Concealer in the shade Chantilly Light 1. The pale shade obviously as well. This one I mostly use for spot concealing. There's a hair in it. As I was saying, without being rudely interrupted by the disgusting bit of fluff that was in my concealer. This I mostly use for spot concealing. Now I do sometimes use it under the eyes, but mostly for spot concealing. I love this. When I've got a stubborn spot I can't cover, this is what I go to. I used to use, well, I still use it, the Pro Conceal and Correct palette from MAC, or the Studio Finish concealer if you don't want to buy a whole palette. But this, I just go towards it. I just grab it when I've got a spot and I'm having like a major breakout, like down here and back here as well. Really random places on my face. And this has been a lifesaver. I just pop a little bit on. I use a brush like this. I use like a really dense concealer brush like this and like stamp it onto the skin. I use this under my eyes with a brush like this if my nails are too, I know this is really random, but my nails are too long and I can't get right in here. I'll go in with my little brush, which I could do with any concealer, but I tend to prefer this with brushes like these pot concealers with brushes. I find the liquids tend to just, they don't give me enough coverage if I use a brush. That's why I use my finger. It's a beautiful concealer. I'm so happy. I was very like, really want to try it, but I also don't think I'm gonna like it. I don't know why. And then I bought it. I was like, oh, I'm just gonna buy it and see if I actually like it. I love it. I love it, love it, love it. And then this is a newer product. This one I actually got over Black Friday on Beauty Bay, and this is another e.l.f. product. e.l.f. doing well. This is the Halo Glow Setting Powder. This bad boy here. I am in the shade Light. This powder is so stunning. So that's it there. It looks like it leans very yellow, but it's actually not that yellow. It's got the most soft glow to it, but like not shine. Does that make sense? Like not shiny and shimmery. It's just like a soft glow. Like it makes your skin still look like skin. My number one powder is my Inglot Loose Powder forever. But this is a close second, I have to say, or my MAC Mineralized Skin Finish Natural. But she's up there. I have my Inglot one on me now. That's what I topped up with. But yeah, it doesn't give any coverage really. It's basically translucent, but your skin doesn't look like you've put powder on, but it's set. And it's not shiny as it was before, but it doesn't look like you've heavily powdered your skin. And I love this powder. I think it's beautiful. And now onto cheek products. Let's start with bronzer / contour because it kind of fits into both. I've only got the one product for this right now because this is all I've been using recently. I have my Huda Tantour on right now, but this I have to stop myself from grabbing this. This is the Made by Mitchell Blush, the bronzer ones, and this is in Hello There. It's the most beautiful cool tone bronzer. It's not really contour, it's still a bronzer, but it's cool toned, leans slightly ashy. Not too yellow, not too orange, not too red, anything like that. It's stunning. It blends so well. Now I do feel like I wish there was more product in it. I wish I was able to get all of the product out of this, but I'm definitely like down towards the end. I probably have about a third of this left, but I do have a backup that I ordered over Black Friday because I was like, I just have to have this all the time in my collection. It's the most beautiful color, especially for paler skin. The texture is wonderful. Like if you think the texture might be good for you, go check the colors out. There's lots of colors in it as well. I'm still waiting on the Juvia's Place cream bronzer. Still waiting for them to restock my shade in that, but I will have that eventually as well because I really want to try that out. But yeah, I am obsessed with it. I'm just obsessed with this, and I'm in a very liquid cream bronzer blush kind of moment as well. You'll see that now in a second because I don't have any powders right now. But yeah, this. So speaking of Made by Mitchell, we've got another blush. This is in Sweet Cheeks. I also ordered this over Black Friday as well on Beauty Bay. I got it was like a set. You get 3 different shades. You get this, I think it's Peony Passion. It's like a mid-toned rosy pink, and then a Cherry Cola, which is a kind of like a burnt pink kind of color. But this is like the poppin' like candy pink, and I've been wanting more liquid blush in the pinks. I have 2 Made by Mitchell blushes, but they're more kind of peachy orangey, and I just really wanted a pink, so I got the set. I wanted the Peony Passion out of it, but I was like, oh, the set looks really nice and it'll add a couple more colors plus a brush. But I love this color so much. I've just been really into this color recently for blush, for pinks and all that kind of stuff, because I went through a bit of a neutral pink phase, which kind of still am in that phase. But yeah, I really like this, but I just love the texture of these products. I think they're so beautiful. And then it's not quite super neutral, but this is the Beauty Bay liquid blush, and this is in the shade Spring. You're not really going to see that. See if I can show you this shade here. It's like a peachy pink and it's stunning. It's so soft, but like it's like delicate, but you still have color. Like there's still color there. It's definitely, obviously I've got blush on, which I love. I'm a blush gal, but it's very similar, but this is a little bit more moussey, where that's a bit more liquid, but similar enough. And it's a good little dupe if you don't want to pay for the Made by Mitchell one, which I mean, they're not that expensive, but if you do want it a little bit cheaper, Beauty Bay do really nice ones as well. I don't know exactly what the shade range is like, but this is one that kept popping up for me and I knew I had to have it. Okay, on to highlighter. We've got two brands. We have got Unearthly Cosmetics. Now, they sent me a PR package back in like August-ish, September, last week of August I think it was. I do remember because it was at Electric Picnic, which was a music festival, when it arrived. And I was like, oh my god. And there was 4 highlighters in it. So 4 of their low lights highlighters. This is in the shade Spellbinding, which is my favorite one. It kind of shifts from like pink, red, orange. They're like multi-chrome highlighters. They're so beautiful and I love them all. I use them all a lot actually. If you go back through a few videos, I do tend to gravitate towards these quite a lot because I do really love the texture of them. This one in particular, I was like, wow when it's on. But they do have one called Twilight, which is basically like the Fenty Beauty Diamond Bomb highlighter, the kind of clear, just a wet sparkle on the cheeks. They have that as well. So this one, Spellbinding, is definitely my favorite out of the 4, but I do love them all. And then next up we have got the Glamlight and Ghostface highlighter duo. This is, well, there's the outer packaging. There's Mr. Ghostface. There he is. Can you see? Oh yes, we love lenticular packaging. And it's a duo. So you've got him. Can you see him at all? There you go. Kind of see him there. Got Mr. Ghostface. There's no shade names on these. And then Mr. Knife down here. The Knife one is more like champagne-y, and then Mr. Ghostface is kind of like silvery, not really silver, more again kind of clear with a slight pink and blue sparkle in it. Very soft, very fine sparkle to it. And then the Knife one is more champagne. I love the texture of these. This is like what was one of my highlights out of that collection, the Ghostface collection. Definitely, this was definitely one of my favorite things out of it. So I don't gravitate towards it too much because I don't want to ruin Mr. Ghostface in it because I think he's so cool. But I love this. I get really excited when I see it in my drawer. Okay, so now we're going to move on to some eye products. We're going to move on to all of the eyes apart from the palettes. We'll do that right at the end because we know everyone is here for palettes. But eyes and eye accessories and that kind of thing. So starting off with brows, this again, Black Friday. I ordered a lot of Black Friday stuff that I really loved. This is the NYX Thickening Brow Mascara. This is in the shade Cool Ash Brown. I currently have it on me right now. It's fibered, so it adds a bit of fullness to the brow. It's colored, so it adds a bit of color to the brow, but it sticks them. So I'm not well, it's not that I don't like it. I don't have enough brow for a lamination. I don't think so anyway, and I wouldn't even attempt it on myself. But I like the front of my brow to stick up so it looks fluffy and then have a good arch. I love an arch. I love a bit of a bitch brow, I'm not gonna lie. But I love a nice arch and a nice bit of structure to my brow. I think it suits my face better. But I like the front parts to be nice and fluffy, and this does it perfectly. And your brows do not move with this on them. I do have the NYX Brow Glue, which is the clear. That's really good as well, but it's just kind of there. You'd have to fill the whole, like that's not filled in. That's just this guy. I only literally like line under here and then do out here with my brow pencil, and then I just fluff up the front. I don't even fill in the front. But with the clear one, you do have to fill in the front and then gel it all over. But yeah, I love this. This has become, I actually accidentally ordered 2 and I was a bit like, oh, what if I don't like it? And then I loved it and I was like, oh, I'm glad I have 2 now. So yeah, again, this kind of goes into my work bag because it's just so handy for like sticking through my brows. You can wear it on its own as well. You don't have to fill in your brows with it. You just won't have as much like structure to your brow if you don't fill them in, but you get a nice little bit of color, a little bit of fullness to the brow. And next up is a product that's been out like a million years, and I've been using it for a million years, and I don't know why I've never spoken about it. This is the MAC Paint Pot in Groundwork. This has been my lifesaver with my new job because this is like the perfect brown cream eyeshadow, and this is brand spanking new. I ordered a brand new one, not for this video. I was running out and I need a new one, but this is my brand new one. It's like a cool toned brown. It just gives a tint of colour, but you can build it up a little bit darker on the eyes. I literally apply my finger all over the eye and a little bit underneath, and it looks like you've got eyeshadow on, but you're kind of like, do you though? And I put a little bit of sparkly eyeshadow on top, and that is my work eye, and maybe a bit of liner, and that is it. But this is just so handy to be quick and still look like you've got something on. I love this, and I love it actually paired with one of my other products here as well. Is one of the eyeshadows that I do tend to use. But any kind of sparkly, like even those like wet looking highlighters, throw it on the eye on top of this, and it looks really impressive. It looks like you've done a lot to your eyes, but you haven't, and it's great. So another MAC product, this is a Dazzle shadow, and this is in the shade I Like to Watch. This is beautiful. She's spectacular, look at her. So it's got like a brown base and just reflects this gorgeous lime shift. What more could I want? Just gives this sparkle of lime through the eye, and it's so beautiful. And the base of it kind of settles into, say, the likes of the groundwork having a brown base, or if you're a little bit darker than me, it'll just kind of settle into your skin tone, and just give you this gorgeous green shifty sparkle over the eye. And again, it looks impressive, but not a lot of work, and that's what we like right now going to work because we're very tired at 6:30 in the morning, getting up and having to wear full face makeup into work, because I still work in a makeup brand, but I am also tired. So yeah, I love this. Just for context, if you ever want to know what I wear to work, like this is the kind of makeup I wear to work. This was my face in work today, with this lip and that kind of look right now. I used to not really wear very natural makeup, not natural, but like, you know, everyday makeup. But recently I have to, because it's quick and easy and I can do it on the bus. So everyone at work is kind of more used to me now with more neutral makeup. When they see me like this, they're like, oh, you've done your face up a lot. But yeah, I love that eyeshadow so much. And another MAC product, I've got a few MAC products in this actually. Another MAC product, this is a rediscovery. I've had this, I think this is a newer one, but I've had this for years. This is the Black Track Fluid line, and it's a gel liner. I've just gotten back into using this gel liner in particular. I'm going to close it in case it starts to dry up on me. That's the problem with them, is they dry quicker, so you have to be careful with opening and closing. But I love this. I kind of want to play with my Inglot one again. I haven't played with it in a long time. I definitely have to reactivate it with Duraline. But that is the most like heavy duty, like cement eyeliner. If you don't want anything, maybe if you've got leaky eye, that's the line you need to go for. This is a little bit softer, it's a bit easier to work with. But yeah, I've just rediscovered, I've been kind of like, oh, if I want a wing liner, oh, gel, not liquid, gel. Then I've got this one, but I'm going to try not to drop them. This wasn't a Black Friday order. I don't know when I bought this. It was like before Black Friday, I think. This is the Odin's Eye Salmon eyeliner set. It's all the shades of their gel liners, their liner pencils, and it's basically everything I need. Apart from like darker shades, like I'm missing like a red and a burgundy and that kind of thing, and a deep purple, but like your pastel shades are there, your brighter kind of shades are there, and even some of your darker shades are there, which is really nice. There is a black, there is like a sparkly grey, there is like a charcoal kind of taupe sort of colour, a warm brown, white, like all your colours you kind of need. Yellow, which is great for like doing colourful looks as well. I just love the idea that like this just has a little bit of everything that I need right now, especially with a lot of the looks that I've been doing. And they're beautiful liners. Oh, they're so soft and creamy. They're so beautiful. I do keep them in this box because it's easier to find them, really, to be honest. But also they're numbered, and the numbers are on the eyeliners, but the numbers also have names and it's on the box. So I do want to keep this at least for a while until I get annoyed of having the box, and then I'll bin it whenever. But yeah, recently been loving this. And back to MAC. Remember when they used to do that? They don't do it anymore. They stopped it in like March, I think. This is the MAC Stack Waterproof Mascara. I've been using this a lot. I have it on me now. I've been using it recently. With mascaras, I'm a bit like, I don't like just find random new favorites. I have a lot of mascaras that I've gotten in advent calendars, glossy boxes, all that kind of stuff, and I am that weirdo that will not break the seal on my mascaras, because I know as soon as I do that, they're going to start to dry up. Once air gets at them at the first time, that's it, they're going to start to dry. So I won't even look at the brush in a mascara if I have it in my drawer, unless I'm buying it in the store, then I'll check the tester. But I love this mascara. It's very buildable, and it's like you can go very soft or very heavy. I usually do about 2 coats on top and at least 1 on the bottom, sometimes 2. But yeah, I do really like this mascara. I think it's very nice. I like the waterproof version because the original version did smudge on me under my eyes. This one, not as much. It's still sometimes, it kind of depends on the concealer that I'm using though, I think. but this is lovely. She's a lovely mascara. But I will move on from her because I've got so many others to use, so who knows what might be my next favourite mascara. And then last for eyes, this is our eye accessories, and they're all the same thing, just in different colours. These are the little gem sets from Shein. So they've all different shapes and sizes and hearts and diamond shapes and chevrons and what is that? Butterflies, and then different size of the kind of just regular rhinestone kind of shapes. And yeah, I love having so many different shapes and sizes to use. I've got red, I have got like an emeraldy green. I just bought basically all the colours. I don't think I got every colour, but like most of the colours. This is like a soft pink. I just wanted to add these. I think they're really fun to add to different looks, to add a nice bit of sparkle and jazz it up a little bit. This is like a champagne kind of one, and then this is like really iridescent purpley, really fun kind of festival-y kind of ones. I've also got iridescent kind of clear ones as well, like just your regular kind of sparkly kind of ones, and a deep royal blue, but they're currently my boyfriend's. Says I forgot them. I left them there because I was filming a look here and I had to take the diamonds off, so I brought the cakes with me and I left them there. But yeah, they're so handy, and they were, I think they're like $4.50 a pack, so handy. Now on to lips. We've only got 4 products, and it's kind of the same, 2 of the same products, but in 2 different colours that I've been loving recently. So we've got MAC lipsticks. Always, when have I never ever done a favourite studio that didn't have these in them? We've got the shade Yash, which I got not too long ago, but it's like a really nice neutral light brown. So it still gives a bit of colour, but it looks nude, but it has a brown undertone. It doesn't lean too pink, it doesn't go too pale, it has a bit of colour to it, but it's just a really nice neutral. I really have been loving this. I love wearing this again to work. I really like it as well. And then the other one is Avant Garnet. I got this with my last back to MAC that I ever done. It's the most gorgeous, like burnt red. It'd be the only way I can describe it. It's kind of bricky. It's not burgundy. It's not Russian red, because Russian red is like my favourite red, like proper red. It's not that. It's darker, but not burgundy. It's not Diva. It's a burnt red. It's the only way I could describe it. Like a toasted red is like the description I would use for this. Such a nice colour. Great again, if I am going soft on the eyes, I will do a lip like this again to kind of boost it up a little bit more. And then back to Unearthly Cosmetics. We've got their liquid lipsticks. I like them all. These are my 2 favourite shades though. So these are, what are you, Diana, which is like a grey beigey sort of colour, neutral but kind of a little bit dark, grungy. We love a grunge lip. And I love a greyish sort of lip as well. And then we've got the shade Mandy, which is like a mustard green, kind of khaki, leans a bit khaki but still in the mustard family. Really, really nice. This was such a beautiful one. I used this in my spooky season looks. I think it was a get ready with me that I done, and I used this and it was so beautiful. I loved it so much. But yeah, love the formula of these. They're kind of like a satin. They're not fully matte, kind of a satin finish. I love them so much though. I really want more shades in this. And then last, the thing we all love to watch in these videos, I do as well, are my eyeshadow palettes. So I picked my top 5 out of my ranking video, but I'm going to do them all out of order. We don't know what order that is. So if you want to see what order I actually really love these palettes in, go check out that video. So first we've got the Shroud Moonfall palette. This is a stunning palette. It's jewel toned. It's a bit spooky. I think it's a bit spooky. I don't think anyone else does, but I do. You've got this like look at that. Look at the shift in that. Look at that. She's beautiful. You've got 5 mattes, 4 shimmers, which is perfect. Dark shade is matte, and there is no real light shade in it, but that's fine. I can get over that. But I just love the richness of it. I love the colour story in it. I think it's a bit whimsical but witchy sort of vibe to it as well. Shroud's formula is amazing. The mattes are gorgeous, but the shimmers are where they shine, obviously, the most. But it's just so stunning. Such a stunning palette. Even as I'm like looking at it from this angle, this is purple, but it's blue for you guys. And this is kind of going more copper, but it's pink. So yeah, I love this palette so much. Such a beautiful formula. Really soft, smooth shimmers as well. Just gorgeous. Next up then is Odin's Eye. This is the second last palette that I tried in my year of palettes basically. This is the Christmas Eve palette, and I don't know what it is about this palette. I'm obsessed with it. I'm just obsessed with this palette. Even when I first seen it, the first initial launch, I was like, oh yeah, it's nice. And then when I was ordering it, I was like, yeah, no, I'm gonna get it because that was the other one that I wanted. I was picking 2 out of the 4 they released, and so I picked the 2 that released the year before last. And when they done their first launch of this, because I didn't get it that time, so I was like, I'll pick them 2 because I really want to try them. And when I got it, I was like, oh yeah, it's lovely. And then I tried it and I was like, oh my god, I don't know what it is about this palette. I'm obsessed with it. I love these mustard kind of yellow gold shades. I love the little pop of green, and this is like it looks black, but it's not. It's more like a very dark emerald. The blues, the blue eyeshadows in this, the matte blues. Oh my god, they're so rich and so delicious. You've got a multi-chrome down here. You've got duochrome. Any other duochromes? Not really, but the shimmers are so stunning. This is like a satin finish. Most are mattes then. And this like weird grey, this silver is so shiny and sparkly. It's like just like icicles on your eyes. It's so beautiful. I love this palette. I'm obsessed with it. I'm just obsessed with it. I don't know what to say. Then on Earthly Cosmetics again, this is the Fairy Frolic palette because this is a fairy dancing in the woods. Is it not? This is so beautiful. There's some duochromes. This copper like gold down here is absolutely beautiful. Darker shade is matte. The mattes and shimmers go together really well. There is 4 mattes, 5 shimmers. I probably would have liked it to be the other way around and have, like with the Shroud one, 4 shimmers, 5 mattes. But the greens, it's just such a cohesive palette. It's like perfect. It's such a lovely palette. I've only done a first impressions with this, but I am planning soon on doing a 2 looks on palette with it as well. But yeah, I've used it outside of actually filming because I didn't have time to actually film another video with it, but so I do have a good grasp on how it actually works. But I think it's so beautiful, really gorgeous buttery shimmers. The mattes are stunning as well, and I just think that brown goes with everything in the palette. I don't know why. Maybe not this color, but it goes with everything else, and then this goes with this. I love it. I think the colour story is so beautiful. And another foresty grunge palette, we have got the Druid palette from Fantasy Cosmetica. And this is your forest grunge. Oh yeah. Like you could compare the 2 together, but they're not the same at all. You've got more of like a sagey, it is called sage, but more of a sage green up here. This burgundy here is stunning. This shade down here is more hard pressed, but works really well because usually hard pressed shadows are hard to work with. This one works really well, and I don't know what it is about it, but it just does. It's so beautiful. Look at that shade. I'm sorry. Is that not my shade? Like, duochrome, 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 like metallic foil shimmers here. Again, 4 shades, 5 mattes, but in this palette, because of this shade up here, I'm happy with this. I think it works better in a way because you've got that lighter shimmer, works really well. I just love this color story so much. I think it is so stunning. Just forest vibes. And then the last palette and last product of this is a palette that I am obsessed with as well, obviously, but 2023 was the year of the horror themed makeup, and when I say I was thriving and also dying inside because of how much money I had to spend. I didn't have to, but I did. So this is the Glamlight and Friday the 13th collection, the Camp Crystal Lake palette. Again, lenticular packaging. Look, oh god, it's everything I want. I just want horror makeup. It's so beautiful. I don't really want any more right now because I can't afford it. But and they did put up a poll, not a poll, like a question box on their Instagram saying, if we ever did a Michael Myers collection, what would you like to see? And I was like, in my head, ooh. And then I was like, please don't. But I did put suggestions in. So who knows? That could be coming in the future. This is the color story here. This to me reads Camp Crystal Lake. This reads Friday the 13th. It's the woods, it's the cabin, it's the blood, it's the nighttime. So beautiful. The other color stories in some of the horror palettes were very like one note. Like, so the Scream one was very just grey. The Chucky palette was actually really good because it was more burgundy, purple and grey as well. And in the Friday 13th collection, the red palette was not quite monochrome. It had like silvers and greys in it as well. And then the green was more monochrome. But can you see a theme there? There's a lot of silvers and greys. Now, there is a kind of charcoaly black down here and a silver up here. but the silver is like different. It kind of leans a little bit taupey silver. You've got like lavender. I don't know why, but it's there, but it works. I don't know why. The greens in here are beautiful. I've done a first impressions with this only as well, but again, I've kind of tipped into it a little bit in my outside life. These greens, I can't wait to play with. I cannot wait to do my 2 Looks On palette with this. I'm so excited about this palette. This palette is everything that I want in a horror palette. It just screams Friday the 13th to me. I don't know if that's the same for you guys, but this to me, when I look at it, I'm like, yeah, Friday the 13th. Jason, yeah, absolutely. So that is it. That is our favorites of 2023. Well, my favorites. I don't know about your favorites, but those are my favorites for 2023. I know this video is a little bit late, very late, but it's here. Ta-da! Yeah. I still really wanted to do this because I like to do a little recap of the year and see, even for me, what my favorites were. What did I gravitate towards a lot, like to see how it changes over the years. And some things repeat, you know, nothing you can do about that. But I hope you all enjoyed my 2023 favorites. I want to know down in the comments below, what are your 2023 favorites? What were your favorite products of 2023? Let me know down below in the comments. Give me a list. Give me all the products that you loved, all the palettes that you loved, all your favorites. Let me know down below. If you did like this video, give me a big thumbs up down below. It's the quickest, simplest and easiest way to give me a little bit of support, get me around to more people, and also let me know that you liked the video, and I will continue to do many more. And don't forget to subscribe down below to see many more videos coming up. We have got more 2 Looks On palettes, more build your own palettes. I've started that series as well. Was my last video if you haven't checked that out already, and see some of these products in action. I'm going to still be using them as well, and let me know also in the comments if you want to see a get ready with me using all of my favorite products as well. So I think that's everything for me, guys. I will see you in the next video. Bye.